Explosive the Season 2 MVP, Mental the Season 1 MVP, and guess what? They're both top 2 right now in kills, deaths, as we saw in the stats, courtesy of Prodigy. Well, guess what? Game number 1 is ready. We're going to jump right into the action, and my player that I want to step up, it's actually the man we're watching right now. It's Crack. He's going to look a little shaky there, missing a couple shots, but he's the only person on Pittsburgh Knights in the statistics that Prodigy has that's under a 1.0 KD. He's really going to have to step up here if he wants to come out on top. Nice shots on Kenny.
Crack ain't playing around. He's on top of the home hill, John. Big fight by Powers. The action has already kicked off early on. Trip cap domination coming through. 2v2 fight on the home hill. Praise, do you make it in time? He gets the shot off.
They thought it was over, I think.
His teammates aren't coming in.
I think they were getting up and getting hype or something. I don't know what was happening there. Respawns are going to come through, but it's going to be a little too late. But it seemed like they're a little slow to react, but all good. A crazy fast start. A red-hot start for the Pittsburgh Knights. And Blaze, I know we had a lot of good analysis from our analysts on the maps, picks, and bans. Yes. I love this map pick coming through. Asylum. You just played it against Rise. Rise is good in Asylum, and you beat them on the map. You're used to the map. You're feeling hot on the map. Banning Training Grounds, I love that decision. UYU is playing out of their minds on Training Grounds. Have you seen what they've done? Rather than trying to force the same exact fight, the same exact potential L, change it up. I know UYU is great in Exhibit. I love the overall maps, picks, and bans that we got. I think they are right. Map one is crucial that Pittsburgh Knights wins it.
I do agree with you, John. And it's a lot about the map pick and ban cycle that I want to break down, but I don't feel like I got enough in this moment because the drop shot went down early, and there was still stuff about the first round I didn't get a chance to talk about. But the fight is set. Now UYU drop shot acquired, and they're going to be trying to bring it back, but PK is bringing the pressure. Summons gets a kill, multiple downs. The revive comes through. Mental, he's trying to get away, but in the end, UYU, hey, they're going to survive.
This is the type of strategy, Blaze, that you wait, you hold for Championship Sunday. Mental and UYU are going to drop a drop shot in round number 1. You know Ashes was holding that in the bag of tricks. And wow, good start right now for UYU to this round. They are behind in points, though, and they're out of drop shot. So really, in the end, they won the initial. They won the drop shot. They got 2 kills with that drop shot, but what do they have to account for it? They have a 2-1 hill setup. Who knows how long that's going to last for?
Now, in round number 1, man, PK, they show how strong of a team that they are offensively. And regardless of how smart UYU was and was trying to herd the cattle, right, into where they wanted them to, PK showed that they not cattle, that they got fangs today, and they sharp for the finals fallout. Now, you see them here in round number 2. Now, the next drop shot is going to be up here in a bit. PK got some people waiting in the wings, but the dust has settled. UYU, I like the placement of the drop shot up top to force PK down and funnel them down that hallway so they can have all these kills in one area. Keep tabs on them. Work smarter, not harder. But they're going to have to work harder in this fight here down low on the tracks, and PK are slaying out.
Couple team kills to come through. PK slaying out their own team. UYU is absolutely dominating right now in the kill category, and now is going to be stepping on the throats, trying to go for a triple cap if they can. Ooh. But look at this. It's going to be Raver, connects for an up A shot, not able to get the kill. And guess what? The drop shot will come in the hands of UYU as that's spawning up. They might not even need it. Looks like PK is going to concede to the round. You're spot on, Blaze. Putting the drop shot up top makes PK fight up top. Clearly, UYU did their homework. They were watching that Rise Nation match, and they saw how much PK loves that fight over at the B Hill. Very, very smart counterplay coming through from UYU to put that drop shot high set.
Yeah, very smart counterplay right there, because when this map gets spread out, PK is super talented, working for multiple objectives at once. And so, and with that being said, you know, you want to be able to keep these guys in one area so you can keep tabs on them, because, you know, when you got players like Raver, Monkeys, and Summons running around this map holding down these lanes, they can make plays happen any day of the week. But here we go. Another engagement for this drop. Mental at the front of the pack, the tip of the spear. He's going to get first blood. He's going to have some help behind him. Going to help his teammate get that drop shot, get out. But Praise is going to take charge. He gets a triple kill. That's 5 down, but not an elimination win just yet. They're going to have to cap another hill. Number 6, what kind of plays can you make? Team captain, Identives can't get it done. UYU, another round on the board.
Disgusting is the only word I could use to describe what we just saw. Maybe a slaughterhouse is word number 2, as UYU absolutely dominated that fight. I don't know if PK forgot to get rid of their smokes, because I know they switched to smokes in that last round, or what the situation was exactly, but no one stunned Mental. Mental gets inside the little
right in the little cubby at the front door entrance.
Doesn't get tagged, doesn't get touched, is able to put in work, and then his teammates follow up with a double kill. I think it was either Powers or Praise. Massive 5v5 fight off the rip. This drop shot strategy is working wonders for UYU.
All right, so the one thing about UYU and them placing that drop shot first is that PK, they are going to end up having an advantage somewhere on these weapon placements, so they need not panic yet. They're just going to have to win these fights on the front line just like that. Identis picks up one, gets it down there on the side. 2 members down here for UYU. Kenny's still down. Revives are starting to come through. Praise is trying to hold off here on the front lines. Now he's taking some shots here, but he's going to be able to put a good one in on PK. But at the end of the day here, John, PK, they ultimately win the team fight. They're going to get this drop shot. Now they're going to have to rotate out of here, get this B hill, and start stacking up on these points.
Ooh, missed drop shot right there, though. Nice shot by Powers to dodge one. I like the rotation for PK. Already at B before Powers can even get there. Powers full red. Thought he was going to go down. It's going to be a double kill. Nice job by Summons, showing Kenny, hey, former teammate of mine, I know you're great with that drop shot. I'm even better, as he picks up a double. On board with Praise right now. Praise going to get flanked by Summons. Again, former member of this UYU squad who got dropped in the last tournament that he played in. Praised right now, going to get tagged up quite a bit. It's going to be all red on your screen as PK is slaying out. This is the fight at B Hill that they wanted, and this is the fight that they're going to get.
Yeah, this is definitely the fight in which they wanted here, John. So the fight was won, and the hill is capped. Now, UYU, when they spawn back up, they're not going to put too many players down low at tracks. They're going to play this like it's the second half because they want to focus on that drop shot. Mental with a down, Powers with a kill, and a Mental with that cleanup there. That's going to give UYU a 3-man advantage here. Now, with this kill being cleaned up, UYU, they're in a driver's seat, but they need not get too overzealous because PK has a lead. It just takes a few kills in that drop shot for PK to get back in this one, but UYU doing a good job crossing their T's, dotting their I's, not letting any of these PK players get behind them, and that's how you dominate a team. That's how you cover every single lane. No matter how many players of PK spawn up right now, they know that they can't do anything else about it.
I don't know if you saw that, Blaze. That's what we call it. That's why we called it retired, by the way. I'll admit it. The mental shot. He hits the wrap shot, connects for the headshot. It's a mental shot, but I digress. He connects for the kill, and in the end, UYU does slay out. You're spot on. We saw some great life out of PK. They just haven't had a counter, and this is where I wish the boom shot would get buffed a little bit. Maybe one more rocket to.
Why is that, John?
Because they can place that boom shot low side. They can balance out the map, and we'd have PK being able to play the way that they want to play.
You can still do that, okay? You can still.
The boom though is just not as viable as a drop shot in current.
But check this out. You are absolutely right about that. But a boom shot is a boom shot at the end of the day. And what you wanted to do is thin the numbers out up top at entrance. So a boom shot will do that one. Now PK sending 2 players down low. They want a quick 1v1 on that home hill. Now they're gonna use this shot grenade to slow down UYU while they get map control. UYU, they recognize this one. They're gonna thin out their offense up top and give the right amount of numbers here so they can at least watch the middle lane at Pavilion and watch that lower lane at Tracks.
That's exactly it. That's what we're going to see for setup. Nice instinct to be picked up. That's going to be the drop shot down. Mental gets taken out. I wonder if he pocketed. Oh my God, the drop shot was
it landed right there in the corner for Praise.
Perfectly. He goes, here, Mental, I'm going to throw it to you, says Mental to Praise, and he gets a kill out of that.
The teamwork between him and Praise. Oh my God! Hey, I ain't seen nothing like that since Atmo and Genetics days. Hell, well, actually, I'll be lying, okay? Because in this stage of Gears Esports, you know, Explosive and Mentor like the Atmo and Genetics of our day. But Praise, he's gonna pick up the double, take out 2 Young Bucks and Raver and Kraken. Now UYU, with no players behind them, they know exactly what that next objective is gonna be. It's the home hill of PK. But Monkeys, being as nimble as we know him to be, looking for another win condition, looking to for a way to just break out his spawn and give his team a chance. Did he do enough?
That's the question. UYU right now is looking so dominant as they're looking to close this one out. Smoke's everywhere. They can't see anything, but it's going to be Praise shooting up A through the smoke and hoping for the best. Well, he's going to get it. Someone's going to get taken out as well. We got some claps coming through already. Monkeys shut down, and just like that, the claps, the emotes come through, and we are 1 round away. Game point for UYU, who was looking so strong, Blaze. That drop shot placement was critical. We called it right away, and it came to fruition.
At this point, man, they are 6 total rounds away from sweeping this event. That's what it is. Now, Pittsburgh Knights fans, wherever you are, I don't know what y'all got to do. I don't know how y'all need to come together, but hey, I seen you do it once. You did it against Hive the last time your team was here in the finals. Me and you, John, we thought it was over. We thought it was a Hive and Reciprocity finals. But on this map specifically, the Pittsburgh Knights was able to rally back behind the fans and get themselves to a map 5 and ultimately making it to the finals. But can they do it again? That's the question.
That's exactly right. I want to see some Si Se Puede in the chat right now because they need your help. Pittsburgh Knights needs your assistance. Let's see if they can bring it back. Raver's going to get the drop shot. That's a good start, but he's going to get taken out immediately by his own drop shot, actually. So as he goes down, he presses right trigger, launches a drop shot, and gets exploded. I've never seen anything like it.
And with the shot grenade blowing up as well, I think the shock helped detonate it, but a little suicide drop kill there, but they got one more to even the odds there. 4v4 currently, but hey, you know what? In the last series of the season, hey, I can't expect seeing anything else crazier.
That's exactly right. We've seen some crazy things already. And right now, still, the drop shot placement up top has been unanswered by PK. We both agree, Blaze. I think that the boom shot placement low side would help spread out the map, but we have not seen it come through from Pittsburgh Knights. Instead, they just keep trying to force this fight. We'll see if they can do it here if they're pushing 3 up top.
Monkeys, he's going to get in the mix, taking down Powers, and that's a good player to take out right there, especially when you're talking about making a comeback and getting some map control. Now, with it being a 5v4, what else does PK want to do now? Well, so far, UYU, they're waiting for PK to get too aggressive, okay? Especially when you got one of the best defensive players in the league right there, holding that angle as he's waiting for anyone for PK to come through to fire some back A's at him.
Yeah, I got to say, Monkey's 9 kills, 3 assists. He's doing everything he can right now to try and keep his team in it. But I'm looking around. I'm saying, Monkey's probably saying, where's my help? We need some help here. We need to slay out. We need to be able to keep up with the slaying power of UYU. And right now, it seems like Monkey's one of the few that's able to do it. UYU is just looking that good. Look at Power's stat line, Blaze. 5 kills, 19 assists. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Yo, hold up. Did him and Kenny switch spots? Hell, somebody. Oh, no, actually, you know what? Him and Explosive switch spots. I think that's what it was. No, he got 15 assists. He got 15 assists, John. So Kenny then walked up to the front line. He says, yo, it's championship time. I'm about to get the kills once again. Because as we know, in that last major, he dropped a 3.0 KD.
Yeah,
okay, to get that championship on that last round nail biter. Now, here we go. PK. They need to fight for this drop shot. Summons is going to move in. Praise misses 2 shots right there, but he does not miss the 3rd. Now, PK, they will be able to defend their home hill, but that drop shot's going to be up soon. It's already in the hands of Kenny, actually, and he's going to have it. He's at the back of the stairs here, John. So you're going to have a shot grenade, a drop shot here. Hell, if you ask me, UYU is in a map-winning setup.
Yeah, 100%. This is victory formation. What it looks like in Gears of War Edition is Kenny with the drop shot sitting back, baiting that E hill, and then they're just going to turtle up towards that F hill. With 2 drop shots to their name, you got to think this is done and dusted unless PK can do something crazy. Raver's going to start. Powers gets taken out, so does Mental. Kenny doing what he can to keep his team in this one. Explosive going to down Identives as well, but the revive chain is going to come through.
Oh, it's a chance of PK.
I think I heard a shot grenade in. That's another great hit marker for Kenny. Can
Summons! Almost. But now, multiple hills getting decapped, and Praise was able to overextend down low. Trip cap domination coming through. Can anybody get a heal? Praise is going to have to just back up, rotate out, and let his teammates help him out here, John. Not trying to do too much. 7 seconds on the clock. Does anybody make it to the hill? They will not. UYU will get to series point.
I got to tell you, Blaze. UYU is absolutely feeling themselves right now. They are playing with a level of confidence, a level of domination that we have not seen since that Optic Gaming God Squad dynasty back in Gears 4 that we expected to win almost every single tournament that could not be touched. This UYU team is looking to be that next dynasty, and guess what? They have Powers on their team now.
Yeah, they do, man. And you know what? What does Powers do for your squad, right? One of the most well-rounded players, hell, the most well-rounded player in the league. You got to talk about him and Kenny Bounce when you talk about MVPs and what they do for the squad here. But, you look across the board, what does it mean for UYU to win this next map in the series, folks? You think about how this season started off, especially for all these players. Kenny, he wasn't even on the reciprocity squad, right off to kick it off, but he joins up, man. He wins 2 championships there. Him and Powers looking to go perfect for the season. Explosive, Praise, Mental, they didn't start off too hot. Okay, 2 top 8 finishes coming off that dynasty in which we talked so much about that Optic Gaming had in Gears of War 4. Well, so you know what? You got those guys there, and now you got Powers here in his sophomore season of Gears Esports, because we saw what he did in Season 2 of Gears of War 4, and now in Season 1, he's looking to go perfect. So across the board, rather if you're talking about Kenny and what he's done throughout his career, Powers, what he's doing early on his career, and the dynasty there of Praise, Explosive, and Mental, and what they've done throughout Gears of War, this win on this next map, one more out of the next 3 coming up, is so important for these guys, man. It's going to be so important for their careers.
Yeah, that's true. It is as historic as it gets. I mean, it is the best accomplishment you could ask for. No one has done it before. Kenny and Powers to be the first people to win every single championship within a Gears Esports season. What an incredible feat with 2 different rosters. It doesn't matter who they play with. That duo has been so strong. But Blaze, I want to ask you, Pittsburgh Knights started strong. We just saw it in the replay there. UYU put the drop shot up top. What could this team have done differently to try and turn the fate and win that round after such a great round 1?
Man, what they could have done differently. You know what? Thinking about it, it's hard to tell right now because UYU had picked them apart throughout the entirety of the round. So PK came out with an aggressive strategy in round number 1. They got the early domination. It was domination elimination, if you ask me, because that's how fast they wiped UYU. But UYU had a strategy waiting for them. And from that point on, PK was playing in UYU hands. So I don't know if PK could have did anything different to come back and win based off how prepared UYU was for him. But if I had to think of anything, John, it may have been what you actually suggested, and I was throwing a boom on the other end of the map just to spread it out a bit more and not give UYU the fight in which they wanted after PK had such a dominant round number 1. Yeah, and so now, look at this map cycle, you guys, okay? You're going to have UYU. They got 1 map coming into this grand finals. Now they just got their second 2-0 lead up in this one. Now, the last grand finals, we had a team that was up 2-0, and we still got a map number 5. So fans out there, we got that statistic on our side at least. Now, going to exhibit. One thing that the Pittsburgh Knights fans got in their corner is that this is the first time in which UYU has played this map all tournament, but rather how good that stat is, UYU, they're 9-0 on this map, okay? They really haven't lost at all, when it comes down to the summer season here of Gears Esports, okay? Rather if it's Emergence Days or rather if it's going to be Pro League, it's a reason why teams auto-ban exhibit against these guys. So Pittsburgh Knights is going to have to do something that we have not seen in order to get back in this series. Now, if they can do that one, then they got 2 maps in which they love a lot, and that's Bunker - District. Last time they played UYU on Bunker, they lost 5-2. Last time they played District, they lost 5-4. So, hey,
close matches, close games.
That's close games. But guess what, though? UYU ain't dropped the map all tournament, all right? So at this point, close has to go out the window, and the Knights, they're just going to have to show us what they made of, okay? All the struggles they've been through, all the doubters that they have had in their corner in the Latin regions, North American regions, hell, EU region, wherever they're coming from, they need to channel all that energy into this next map and give it everything they got.
That's exactly right. Heard our analysts say it's impossible at this point. If they lose Asylum, that's it. UYU is so good on this second map, which is all very, very true. So they're going to have to do the impossible. But guess what, Blaze? Nothing is impossible. Even the word says, I'm possible. I think it can happen.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey, it could happen. Think about all the crazy things in which we saw throughout the entirety of this season, John. All right, we saw one of the craziest reverse sweeps. You think about, we saw 2 reverse sweeps this season. Yeah, we got a chance, and we saw, and we had 2 players behind both of them. All right, and that was Kenny and Powers. That's another stat line.
And now they're on the winning team. So that's a little bit scary. But you're right. That's a good point. But hey, you're spot on, man. I think, look, at the end of the day, Pittsburgh Knights did turn up. They did play a lot better against Rise Nation. We saw that sign of greatness from them in round number 1. It was really just UYU putting that drop shot down and really saving that strat for the grand finals that they just didn't have an answer to. So you almost could have written that map off as soon as UYU placed that, especially since PK didn't really counter it in any way. Yes, they got dominated, but on that exhibit, if they can slay out, if they can play at the level that they were playing playing against Rise. I think something can happen here. Something crazy could happen. It would be an insane finish to what has already been an insane season. But UYU is one map away on their best map, arguably. There's a reason, like you said, that everyone bans Exhibit against them. But to the analyst's point, I think it was Ribs or Ryan that said they haven't played it in a while. They haven't played it all tournament. I don't think they played Exhibit one time. Maybe they're a little rusty on it. Maybe they're a little out of practice.
Maybe. And that's the only way I can really sell it to the PK fans to give them hope, John. Okay,
that's about all I got. That's all
I got. All right. At the end of the day, fans, you guys are watching what I'm watching. If you guys been here since Friday, you understand how dominant this UYU team is. And in our final few moments here of the tournament, of the season, PK has to do something that no one has ever done on Exhibit, and that's beat UYU. If UYU loses this for the first time, we'll start talking about comebacks, all right? We can have a deep conversation about Bunker, but they got to do it now. And guess what? The beauty about this map, folks, it's going to come down to who got the best slaying power on their team, and these are two super talented offensive squads.
Exactly right. It all comes down to this, the very last map potentially for UYU. Meanwhile, PK doing everything that they possibly can to force a game number 3. Keep in mind, folks, UYU is up 2-0 because they are the winners bracket team. They have not lost yet, so they get an advantage coming into the grand finals. It's the best of 3, first to 3. If UYU wins this, game over. And look at this start that we're going to see come through.
Oh boy. Oh man. Man, it's business. It's business over here on the UYU side, folks. Look how fast that round was. No eliminations, downs, assists, nothing but zeros, and just one home hill cap on the side of PK. That was demoralizing. If you thought UYU showed you everything in which they had, hell, we're seeing them at full form on a map in which they've never lost.
Exactly right. We know how good they are on this map, and they show how good they are on this map in round number 1. A great start for UYU. Meanwhile, PK has a decision to make. Looks like they're just going to go pretty standard here. So unlike UYU, who had a very risky, maybe perhaps bold, some would say, weapon placement round 1 to completely try and turn the tide of the map, we're not going to see that on Exhibit. We typically don't see that on Exhibit. Not many options for power weapons on the center line on Exhibit the way the map's laid out.
And you know what? Every single grand finals that we've had all season, folks, have went to a map 5. This will be the first one in which it has not, but this is also the first grand finals in which Praise, Explosive, and Mental came in from the winner side. So maybe they're going to do a good job holding that one map lead and not giving anybody an opportunity. But when it comes down to opportunities, the Pittsburgh Knights, they got one brewing here.
Exactly right. Guess who it's going to be? It's going to be Kenny. He's going to have to do something, have to make some sort of play. Raver on the flank. Raver's going to take out Kenny. He's out. Mental, Praise, not able to get there on time. So there we go. A little bit of life showing from Pittsburgh Knights. They're going to take round 2, and just as dominant as a way that UYU took round number 1.
Yeah, I think the Gears guys was like, oh shit, Blaze is right, man. We've been to 5 maps the whole time.
Like, wait a minute.
Hold up, PK got to at least get to district. Okay, but hey, we're gonna see. One thing is with UYU, they love defying odds. Okay, they love defying odds. So when it comes down to these first 2 round weapon placements, folks, this is pretty standard here on Exhibit. We get some flashes down here towards these lobbies that's going to be used in this fight at the B Hill, and now these teams start building up smoke grenades so they can get those incinerators. We usually never see a center line placement on this map. It comes down to how good you are with your lancers, your pistol, and your shotguns.
It actually might not be bad for PK. We all know PK loves to play shotgun out, shotgun aggressive, as Adenta's going to get down early. Revive's going to come through. But here comes an angry Mental. Mental pushing up, gets it down on Adenta's. He's going to miss that second shot. No, he connects for it. Sorry, Adenta's just taken out. Great start for UYU. Look at Praise, almost going to get someone off guard. Mental's going to clean up, though. He is unstoppable as it currently stands. But Summons, his former teammate, takes out 2 and keeps things neutralized.
3v2 here for UYU. They're going to be able to get this B Hill capped and push back these remaining PK players. Now, UYU, they're going to be able to get set up, but PK responding right away, not giving them any time. Explosive is going to fully back up, knowing that his team has the lead, and this is still, even though they've been beating the crap out of everybody that they've been playing, they still gonna show some respect and hold some restraint and it's showing discipline, if anything, to wait for their teammates to get there and take high percentage fights. That's what we're seeing UYU doing, making sure that they cannot give their opponents any confidence whatsoever. They are trying to set a statement in this last event of the season after they've had so many doubters over the previous 3.
Oh, Mental with a bit of a misplay. He's going to hop over cover instead of up aim, which is, I believe, what he wanted to do. And just like that, UYU is going to have the numbers advantage. One thing I just noticed in this map, I believe is the case, they have Monkeys playing up top. Monkeys is playing out of his mind right now. That's not the player you want playing that anchor role, who really is just kind of a low-impact player on this map, unfortunately. Not a whole lot you can do, as you really just have to anchor up top and hold that person from pushing and flanking.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. And, you know, you don't need nobody to get behind you at any given time. Now, when this one slows down, we'll see Kenny start pushing some 1v1s up there and start trying to, you know, win this game for his team if it does slow down, because UYU has no reason really to slow it down at this point, outside of, you know, them having this 2-1 lead. But even with that, they are still kind of charging forward and pushing back their opponents, not letting them feel like they got the bus parked, parked too steadily in the back of the spawn. So UYU here still fighting back, multiple downs, and when they get downs, they try to capitalize on those kills.
A beautiful down's going to come through on Explosive. Speaking of downs, nice shot by Raver to be able to pick up that kill. UYU showing some life. 50-point lead right now. They're going to have to get at least some sort of 3-cap. It's going to be coming through here. Almost win by elimination. They're going to get it. Pittsburgh Knights, a must-win. Almost, you got to think, type of situation is if you let UYU start to run with it. Actually, I take that back. I wouldn't say must win, but a big win. Round number 3 is going to come through from PK as they're going to close that one out.
You know, and I'm looking there and I'm talking about how UYU, even with them sitting here in this 2-1 hill setup in this defensive position, that, you know, they're still going tit for tat with PK here, right? But they may have, played with fire that was a little bit too hot there, because PK, a quick 5-man wipe there and a win by way of elimination. And there in that round, the respawns, I do believe it was a short respawn round in that round 3. So good job there to PK. Now we're going to have incendiaries on the map, and we'll see what these teams can do with it.
Exactly right. We got some instants and a little bit of a slower start to this one, as we are used to this typical exhibit standoff to start the round off. Usually it's a flash, an instant, or a shock, because that's going to change that up a bit. We'll see what it is in this scenario, as Summons, he's still out. 5 kills, 3 assists to his name. Currently just waiting for some action to happen. Praise can be the first one to push up.
And now,
Monkeys died to the lasers. Did he die to the lasers?
Yeah, he died to lasers up top. That's what I was talking about this slow play. You see Kenny up there, his little silhouette. He's above. He's trying to shoot down on these players and be annoying up top since the player died. But Monkeys comes off the respawn, and he's going to try to fight low side with his team. Now that Incendiary misses, but Raver ain't missing no shots on Kenny up top as he tried to get aggressive. Now in the spawn, he's going to go down. He was trying to, extend the map for his team and give them an opportunity. But with him going down, Praise finds a double, Mental finds a double, and they're going to return the favor by a win by way of elimination.
Exactly right. 2-2 is the scores. We're tied up. Blaze, right there, we did see UYU be the aggressor during that standoff. Is it a good thing to be the aggressor to kind of end that standoff, or what's the best way in that early round standoff to kind of close that out?
So in that early round standoff to close it out, John, ask the question one more time. Sorry about that.
No worries. In the early standoff that we saw at the beginning of the round, we saw UYU push up. Is it the benefit to be the one that's playing aggressive in that, or what's the best way to play that standoff to try and turn the tide in your favor?
Well, you know what? When it comes down to it on this map, you don't want to be more aggressive than you need to be unless you and your squad have numbers. Because if you got numbers, usually these engagements that's down low, they happen so closely towards your opponent's home hill where that transition, it's an easy one, and we know how good UYU is at covering their lanes. Now, on this map, it's really only 2 lanes that are primarily used, and it's the ones that's down low. We don't see too much action that happens up top, so it makes the trip cap domination a little bit easier. But most likely, if you got the lead, play it defensively.
There you have it. Know when to be aggressive and take your numbers, which right now, PK does have the numbers. So to Blaze's point, you're going to see them start to play a little bit more aggressive here in this situation. Explosive! Oh my gosh. He had to hit the one shot that mattered, and he did. Explosive is playing out of his mind, but it's not going to matter. It looks like it might be a PK round. They got to close out these kills first.
They got to. That flash is going to be on the edge, and it stunned the person in the back! The fact that he got stunned blows my mind. PK did not see it coming. UYU survives, and if UYU wins this round, Talk about a swing in momentum and a blow to PK's confidence.
Exactly right. I'm sitting here questioning, like, what? Wake up, PK. Where were you in that fight? All 3 kills went in UYU's favor.
I think all 3 got stunned off that nade, too.
Oh, it was a great flash grenade, but after that, there was no follow-up, no fight back. Interestingly enough. Great stun grenade, though, for sure.
Monkey's got some great angles here, trying to support his teammates. Powers is full red, but he has a nice little angle here to stay alive, and those 2 players, Crack and Summons, they go down there to UYU. Gonna force Monkeys, Identities, and Ravers to back up and have to defend this home hill. But here's Mental. Now PK has the lead. But what's the lead gonna do when you got these 5 UYU players standing in the front of your spine, trip capping your home hill? Now you gotta give them a little taste of their own medicine. And when you talk about comebacks, when you talk about demoralizing your opponent off of clutches like that, UYU love to capitalize. And once they came off the respawn, I knew it was no way in hell they was losing that round.
We've been talking about a lot of specials this weekend, but that right there is the UYU special. I almost had nostalgia thinking back to how many times Optic Gaming and Explosive Mental and Co. did this to their opposing teams in Gears 4, and then, of course, in some matches in Gears 5. That is heartbreaking, and that is so hard to come back from. As Pittsburgh Knights had that round 1, they could have the lead. These shoulda, woulda, coulda's got to be out of their minds right now. They can't even think about that, but it's easier said than done there, Blaze.
Nah, it's way easier said than done here, John. Now, let's see. When it comes down to weapon placements, this is going to be standard. Just both these squads, they put 3 placements into those incendiaries. Now they're going to be on a 60-second timer. Nothing but teamwork across the board here for UYU. Summons on the other end against his old team. He got 9 eliminations through the 5 rounds. He do not want to go out like that, John.
That's exactly right. 10 kills, 2 assists from Praise, however. Y'all know Praise has been playing incredibly well in Gears 5. I think Gears 5 especially just helped him out as we saw the shotgun range increase a little bit. Mechanics changed a little bit more to get praised circa Gears 3 and Gears Ultimate Edition. Praised, of course, the MVP of Gears Ultimate Edition. That's another thing we didn't even talk about. 3 MVPs on one team. The 3 MVPs to be crowned in the modern Gears esports era are on one squad. It's insane to think about.
And the funny thing is that and that's 3 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about the 4th season, and who could be that MVP is between Katie and Powers.
You're right.
Right? But when you think about seniority, it's only really one answer, right? When you think about the player who's won in 4 different titles out of 6 competitive esports titles, it's only one. Now, we talk about players who may sweep a season. We're talking 2, so that's why we're having this conversation now.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Then Powers the mental shot right there. Going to connect on Crack. Now just trying to stay alive. Good first shot on Raver. Raver is hurting right now. But look at that. Powers has the awareness to ditch the fight of which the person he just had weak to go through the window and connect for the kill elsewhere. Powers thinks differently. He's built differently. The way he moves, the way he acts is different. I know the stat doesn't show right now is 7 kills, 7 assists, but he's playing nuts. One player who needs to step it up, I talked about it earlier, is Crack. He really has not had a great showing all weekend.
He has not. And, you know, we know that Crack is filling big shoes. And if you ask me, he's done a great job filling those shoes, folks, as PK has made it to back-to-back finals. And that's what's most important. That was his goal. Now, that was one of his goals. The big one is to win, of course. Now, here we go. PK, 4 players are going to be rotating down low. Explosive and Co. They're going to have the intel. Kenny's even firing some shots off up top down there as well. Now, Explosive got the 3 players in front of him. Here comes the flash. That's going to stun Praise. A second one in hand. Going to try to time this one perfectly. And you see Raver, he's not backing down. He knows that he got to stay there and hit shots. Him and his team captain Identities, but they can't get it lined up the way they want to. And Incinerate Nade. UYU is going to dodge that one. That's even going to keep PK back a bit, but they don't have the win condition, John.
Exactly right. That was more of a defensive incin, and you can tell PK is playing on their back foot. They're playing a little nervous right now. Explode. How could you not be when you're playing against a red-hot UYU? Crack almost connects for the one-shot kill. Not going to get it. It's Explosive who gets it instead. Explosive, the MVP of this tournament in my eyes. He has played out of his absolute mind. And another historic point, Blaze. I don't think a team has ever won a tournament without dropping a map, and that's what UYU is potentially about to do.
History is going to be made all across the board here with this series. If UYU comes out on top, PK in this round, they will not have a chance to win it. As UYU has their home hill locked in, they will go to series point.
Well, peekaboo for Powers coming through as well. It is championship final, season final point to put a bow on what has been an amazing season. This is it. Can Pittsburgh Knights show some type of grit, some type of character, and claw their way back into this one, or will UYU close it out? UYU is looking so good to wrap up what has been and probably the best season of Gears Esports in my eyes, Blaze, in terms of the amount of content, the great championships we've seen.
Now, PK, what is going to be their last placement of the season? What can they do? UYU, they're going to have those flash grenades every 45 seconds. That means that they're going to be ready to fight here towards the end. Now, PK says, you know what? We only got one pick left. This could be it. What do we want? It's going to be a drop shot. Now, was that center or up top? It may be up top, actually.
Ooh, that would be very interesting. That puts Monkeys into effect here. Again, I would have liked to have seen them change things up and have Monkeys play a different spot because
it is up top.
They've been the best player. It is up top, yep. Good call out, Blaze. So, drop shot up top. I don't know if Praise didn't know that. That's why he played low side or not, but probably he did. Raver's going to get a nice down on Praise, get the kill on Praise, and he's not done yet. Raver and Identes in a 2 versus 1 against Mental. Mental's so good at these positions. One of the best 1v2 clutch players in the game, and now it's going to be a 1 versus 1 Identes versus Empowers.
Well, the hills never change on this map, John, so you still want players playing for E.
Yeah.
It's going to be a stalemate up top for that drop shot, and these teams are going to have to choose when they want to give up E and send some more numbers up there. Now, getting that drop shot is almost like picking up a weapon on Fuel Depot for some of my older Gears of War players out there, or Pavilion, whichever one. No, actually, I take that back. Even worse, River, okay? Getting a boom shot on River was one of the most difficult things ever. That's what it's like with the drop shot up top on Bridge. Yeah. Now, down low, you see, neither of these teams have this E-Hill yet, but PK, if they can get it now, that's a great start to them winning this round.
Yeah, we used to love that drop shot, or sorry, that boom shot mid-map on River strategy.
I got top 8 off that.
Yeah, hell yeah, you did. Anaheim, baby.
And you know how hard that was for me. Shoot.
A little self-deprecating humor. I respect it. But jokes aside, it's a great analogy. Praise right now going to get that E-Hill. Cog team currently in the lead. PK showing something as they had a good initial. Look at that. That's going to stop the E-Hill cap as well. Beautiful instant from Raver.
Beautiful instant indeed. Now PK is going to cap this one back up. Now, I haven't seen up top at all. Like, you know, we saw the drop shot get placed. What's going on up there? Yeah, let's see. Kenny summons the drop shots there. We know the E-Hill's capped. It's going to be like several 1v1s to fight for that one. Now, PK don't want to do anything crazy right here, but what I'm interested in is what UYU want to do to possibly lock in a championship and make history in this round. Multiple players hopping down low to E, but Raver is going to flank up top. He wants to get behind Explosive and Kenny. Shotty out, but Explosive was ready for him. I think a melee came through. The back A connects. It's chaotic. Raver, you need at least one.
No. That can't happen. Raver did not shoot on Explosive, and he gets punished. I like the decision to flank. Now it's going to be a drop shot in the hands of Explosive. The clock is ticking. UYU is just a second away from closing this one out, and they are going to do it. A massive congratulations to UYU, your Gears Esports season finals champions. They do it in a dominant fashion without losing a single map. Kenny and Powers make history as the first players to win championships in every major tournament of a season. A huge congratulations to UYU, your season finals champions.
UYU makes history, folks. Wow. Talk about a run. Talk about silencing the haters. Proving the doubters wrong. They come out and they dominate everyone, not dropping a single map. That's incredible.
Incredible is the only word you could use.
And I got one thing that's better. Winning out on the season. The two boys on the end of your screen right there, Powers and Kenny, no one beat them. Even though they came across some big humps in the season, the duo got over each and every one.
Unbelievable. UYU starts the season, 2 top 8 finishes in San Diego and Mexico City, so far below their expectations. The lowest placement we've ever seen from Explosive, Mental, Praise. They make a roster change. They pick up the 2 undisputed MVP runner-ups or finalists of this season in Kenny and M-Powers. They dominate ever since. It was a close finals in our last final tournament. It wasn't even close. There wasn't even a doubt in anyone's mind that UYU is the best team and the future dynasty in Gears esports. Blaze, can anyone stop this team?
Well, you know what? Now they're back to full form. Okay, you know, you look at what they did in the Gears of War 4, then coming to the season. Now, check this out. Now, going into that first event in San Diego, hey, they were my pick to win it. You know, when we talk about, I do believe they went in under NRG to win it. But at the end of the day, it was Mazer who took them out. Okay, now I'm talking about the core 3 coming off. Okay, that's praise, that's explosive, that's mental. Now, it was Kenny and Powers who won that event with Reciprocity. And as we know, Reciprocity went back-to-back, and it was Fire and Ice who got rid of that trio there in Mexico. Now, Kenny and Powers, they made a huge power move here in the season, and they jumped ship. They says, you know what? Reciprocity roster, even though we won back-to-back, it's not going to work out. And we're going to make a big boy decision here and go team with praise. Explosive, and mental here, and it was a great one. We see that, okay? It looked scary for them there on that last online major, but they still managed to come out and get another reverse sweep like they did in San Diego to come out, win that one, go 3, make it a 3-peat, and now they done swept the entire season, and that's wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah, that's a good point. They did it in the two complete drastic opposite ways. They did it last online major by coming back from the losers bracket,
like, think
by
about
reverse
it,
sweeping and winning it. Now this time they do it without dropping a map. Are you kidding me?
Like, when you think about any obstacle in which Kenny and Powers could have faced this season, they overcame every single one. Anything that you wanted them to do, be the top KD in the league, you know, sweep an event, make a reverse sweep being down 0-2, winning from the losers bracket. Whatever you ask from these games, taking down the top teams in LATAM, the top teams in North America. They said, okay, cool, hold my beer. I got you. Well, not Powers. He can't drink, okay? Okay, Powers.
Everyone besides Powers.
Yeah,
hold my juice box.
Hold my G Fuel, okay?
Yeah, hold my G Fuel.
And they did it, and that's wild there. That's so wild. Now, you got to ask, now, who is the season MVP?
That's the big question.
Who is it? Now, if you ask me, it's only one question. It's only one answer. We talked about this, Kenny.
Kenny Bounce. You gotta give it to Kenny Bounce in your eyes, man. I gotta say, to your point you just made, man, if we're playing esports GOAT, greatest of all time, by the way, for the one in chat that didn't know what that means, bingo, they check everything off of it. The one thing that's not checked and only gets to be checked by one person, it's going to be MVP, the most valuable player of the Gears esports season. I can't wait to see who gets that title. We already have mental, explosive, praise. 3/5 of this team have the MVP title. We got to see who's going to be the 4th.
You know, I'm up here, I'm looking at legendary, I'm thinking of legendary duos in my head throughout Gears history. You know, you up here, you got Atmore Genetics, you got, Killer and Predator. You know, you got coming off of that one, you got Nasty and Strangulate. You got Explosive and Mental. You got Powers and Kenny. And man, you know what? These two guys, as long as they stay together, we're going to see them do a lot of great things throughout Gears esports.
Imagine they go find another team just to say they could do whatever. They could do it with whoever. No, I'm just playing. That's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. This UYU squad is looking way too good. Crazy final plays.
Tara and Ribs is another good one. Tara and Ribs is out there looking. Tara and Ribs is another good duo. Okay, when you think about winners, all right.
They're around long enough to be considered like a full blown duo, but I digress.
You're right.
I digress. They're up there. They're like the tier right below.
Hey, you know, we're sitting here, folks, and we're reminiscing across the season and everything that just happened right here. And I must say, shout out to the fans out there, all the Gears fans throughout the season. No matter, what happened here, with COVID shutting down these live events, we still showed up here online. We still put on a great show. Much love to the Coalition, the UMG, PGL, everybody who helped make this a great experience here from the beginning of the season till now. All the awesome observers, all the casters out there, man, without you guys, hell, let me not forget the most important group of people of them all, the players, because without you guys putting on the show, man, what is this? Okay. So, hey, we love you guys. Give yourself a round of applause and, make some noise for yourself out there in the chat.
Amazing. That's the most perfect possible sign-off, Blaze. I think that was brilliant. It was an absolute pleasure and honor to be casting the grand finals with you once again, man. So much fun each and every time.
You already know, brother.
Only last shout out I got to add on top of that, because you're right. It was a crazy season, a historic season. COVID got thrown our way, and we still broke records in our last online major in terms of viewership for Gears 5.
And you know what? And then one more. And, you know, and much love, too, out there, okay, for all the other talent members who was not able to make it here towards the online major, you know. People like, you know, Jordan, Ricario. You know, we're going to have, who else out there that I'm thinking about that didn't make it? Oh, the last one who I was going to wait for was Benson, okay? So Benson, Jordan, Ricario, and all those guys, man, you know, they wasn't able to keep, you know, stay here throughout COVID. But much love to you guys as well, man. And across the board, that's it, man. It's been a season.
Right. I love
it's been a wild one.
Perfect credits. Perfect outro. I couldn't agree more, man. And then one last massive shout out goes to every single one of y'all, every single person in this chat. Gears fam is truly the best fam. Thank you all so much, as always, for supporting
EGL,
Gears Esports.
TVS Tekka. Okay, I gotta give those guys too. Toby, Time, Fruit. I didn't forget about y'all.
Those talent, the rest of the talent squad, and the people behind the scenes, Prodigy. So many people. We digress. We gotta throw it over to the desk. But guys, thank you so much, guys and girls. Every single one of y'all out there watching. We're gonna throw it back to the desk. That's gonna be it for myself and Blazachi. Blaze out. We out. Back to the desk.
Wow, 3-0 over Pittsburgh Knights, not only in this matchup, the grand finals, but for the entire weekend. Double 3-0s. Guys, let's talk about this right now. It was all in favor for UYU. What could have PK done better to have potentially had a shot here?
I don't think there's anything they could have done, and I don't think there's anything anyone could have done this weekend. They started off the weekend with 0 maps lost. They finished the weekend with 0 maps lost. This was an absolute freight train. No one was stepping in their path, and they proved it here. They wanted to give us all a reminder of exactly who they are. Well, they did, in fact, do just that. Absolutely insane stuff. Huge congratulations to the boys on UYU for back-to-back event wins, and of course, to Kenny and Powers for a flawless season of Gears 5. Insane stuff. We haven't seen dominance like that, I don't think, actually ever.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to this roster, they've already done so many things. They've made history time and time again. But yeah, huge shout out to Kenny and Powers doing another first. We've never had that in Gears Esports history. With all the dominant rosters we've had, Blaze and Fallout just started talking about some of these players. Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3, all of those dynasties, even the Optic Gears 4 dynasty, never won a full season in a row. Perfection. That's what that was between Powers and Kenny. Huge shout outs to them. And of course, Pittsburgh Knights coming in after we missed them in the last event. They did so great, but UYU got better throughout the weekend. I mean, they beat them 5-4, 5-4. Then the next time 5-2, 5-2. Then 5-2, 5-1. That's like a total round count of I don't know my math, like 30 to like 10 in that matchup. When you beat one team in 30 rounds in one weekend, at that point, you decide who the better team is, and it was UYU.
Yeah, and they got more and more confident as the weekend progressed too, right? The more they were winning, the fashion they were winning by, you already know that they were getting more confident day by day, map by map, match by match, and round by round. All 5 players played amazing all weekend long. I mean, like I said, we talk about a grand final right there. That was a 5-1, 5-2. That was rather brief. That's just kind of been how the weekend has been all along.
I mean, I think there's obviously the undisputed champions here. UYU, nobody could stand in their way. So this is rightfully deserved at this very moment. And my goodness, as we're waiting to set up for a fresh interview coming off these guys, I'm sure they're celebrating at this moment. That's $100,000, guys. A reminder, this is the largest for Gears 5 yet. $100,000 for first place. $60K for second, I believe. So that's nothing to shake a stick at either. But... were you guys in? Okay, never mind. But anyhow, well, let's go ahead and get that interview set up right now. Bring in our fam from UYU. It is Mental again. Hey, welcome here. Hey, are you still wearing the same outfit you were wearing yesterday?
No, it's the same color though.
Oh.
Same hat.
All right.
Different clothes though, different clothes, I promise.
I'm getting deja vu, guys. We've all been here before, haven't we?
I
think we've been here before.
Mental, hey, first. Let's kick this off with, what do you have to say now to everyone who's doubted you guys?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we're down at last event as well, so it's nothing new. I'm getting the same vibes as last event. I'm actually happy we didn't drop a map this time. We're improving a lot as a team, and I feel like we're not even in our peak yet, so I'm just excited to say we won this event and didn't drop a single map.
Yeah, that is super, super impressive stuff. Huge congratulations to you guys, as always. And speaking of kind of perfection, speaking about getting that much better, obviously you come from that old Optic Gaming Dynasty team, right? You guys have kind of been in the situation before where you are the powerhouse. Talk to me a bit about how this new roster compares to that old Optic Gaming roster. Because a lot of us, not only in the talent team, a lot of the fans, a lot of people in Twitch chat, they're all kind of thinking like, I'm getting those same kind of vibes from that old team. Talk to me about how those two teams kind of compare, because of course, they're across two different games.
Yeah, so honestly, I think this team's gonna go even further than the last couple of teams I played with. I'm hoping this one sticks for for however long it's possible. You know what I mean? So I honestly think this team's the team that's gonna break the streak. I think it was 7 events in a row. My other team won like 7 majors in a row. So I'm expecting way more than that this time around with this squad. So I'm just really happy to be proud to be teaming with them.
And yo, Billy, I mean, this was literally deja vu to the spring major just a few months back. But yeah, congratulations. You know, I'm always been a fan of yours. Sportsmanship is everything. You give your your teammates all the credit in the world. But yeah, just like Ryan said, speaking about this team compared to last team, I want to talk about Powers. You've only been teaming with him for a few months now, and is he really the truth? Like Ryan always says it. I mean, obviously he's the truth. But Ryan always says he's the best player in the game, best Slayer in the game. And that was your title for a while. Are you ready to give it to your teammate, your co-champion?
Hey man, I don't care about the title. I gotta be honest. As long as our team's playing together and my teammates are the best, like that's all that matters to me. Honestly, I don't care if it's title being the greatest of all time or the best player in the game. I'm always here to prove people wrong as well. So is my squad. So
the right mentality.
That's the difference right there.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Mental.
Absolutely.
You said this isn't even your peak. I mean, what are some things that you guys are going to be elevating on to be able to be even much more dominant than you? I don't even know how you can be better than this, but
I mean,
what are things you're improving on?
Honestly, it's the map pool, certain strats we're going to start running. We're going to start utilizing smokes more, initials, and all this kind of stuff, right? So we're just going to keep working on the map pool, get better ice balance, so we don't have to have an auto ban or anything like that. I mean, honestly, I'm expecting new stuff coming in the new season, so hopefully there's some other new things we're going to learn. And we just want to keep getting better and better as a team, because before the event, we weren't close to how good we were this weekend as it showed. But still, I feel like we're in a slump for a month or two, and as long as we keep going and going, and I just don't see us stopping anytime soon. Team's too good.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about you individually for a second. As I kind of tweeted out the other day and you hit me back with that nice ice emoji, every time I see one of those kind of kill death leaderboards, you are head and shoulders above everyone else. And I think we'd all agree, when the game first came out, right, we didn't see those same kind of stats from you, but over time, it's just been a huge upward trend. And now you are just destroying every single person when it comes to that KDA. I think you always have 0.2 higher than the next person in front of you. What have you been doing since the game came out to kind of improve yourself individually?
I mean, honestly, just got to keep adapting, right? I feel like the game's changed a few times, and it's honestly just people around me, my teammates around me. I mean, I wouldn't be anything without them. So honestly, if it weren't for them, I don't even think I'd have that kind of stats. You know what I mean? So I just got to keep hitting my shots. That's all. I mean, that's all I got to do.
Let me bring up the prize real quick. I mean, let's rewind 10 years ago, however long it was when you first started competing. It wasn't that long ago, but 20 grand sitting in your bedroom. Did you ever think you would win that much? I know that's pocket chasing.
Going back to beginning of Gears 4.
Right, in your bedroom at an online event. Obviously, it's due to the circumstances, right? We would have all loved to have been at a LAN event. I know you would have loved to hold up a trophy and be in the middle of a bunch of confetti right now. I'd be back at the hotel room shaking my head a little bit. But 20 grand in your bedroom, how does that feel?
I mean, it's different for sure. I never expected a major to be held online, going back in time. I just never saw, see it to be a thing, but it's crazy, honestly.
Wow. All right. Well, Mental, any final things that you want to say to everyone? Where can they find you? And how do you want to wrap this up?
You can find me on Twitter at Mental. And I just want to give a shout out to my teammates, UYU as the org, and their sponsor, Astro. They've been nothing but the best, honestly, and their support means the world to us. And that's it. We appreciate everyone.
All right, fantastic. Well, enjoy your winnings. Go party and celebrate with your friends safely, socially distancing, of course. But congratulations again. And
Thank you.
Take care.
Congrats, GOAT.
All right, everyone. Well, let's take a look, while we wrap things up here. We're going to go back to the losers bracket, and we're just going to bring that up and just kind of sweep through that really quickly. This started yesterday. That left column was the opening for Saturday morning, and then it dwindled down to UC PK Knights versus Rise on the right, where PK then got their third shot at UYU. But they just got sucker punched in the face yet again. Bring us to the winners bracket right here. to see that UYU went undefeated this entire weekend long.
Yeah, Ryan, I can't believe you guys came up with that perfection graphic and they actually...
Yep. Technical difficulties. Can anyone hear me? We are fantastic. Uh-oh.
Am I back?
Hey, we're back. We back? I'm here. I'm here.
UYU broke the internet, or maybe it's one of their haters. Maybe it's one of the.
It was the flawless streak. They broke the internet.
One of the teams that they beat this weekend. One of the teams they embarrassed decided to just DDoS the whole server. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh no!
Ryan Fools coming at you live. Are we back? Hi.
I'm looking at Tody. Perf, who's doing this? Which one of you Gears players got salty at mental?
No, we're on serious note, guys. We apologize for the technical difficulty. I think we're all back now, but to kind of bring back Lisa's point about some of these brackets, right? I mean, you look at this. We're currently looking at the winners bracket. I'm seeing nothing but 2-0s here for the boys on UYU. We can't say it enough. They had a flawless tournament, as Jordan was kind of alluding to. If you guys heard it or not, we did make that graphic for both Kenny and Powers. They were chasing perfection, and that's exactly what they did. They achieved it 4 events in a row. Something that's never been done before in Gears Esports. That's impressive, not only in Gears Esports, but in esports and competition in general. And the fact they did it across 2 different teams, to me, makes it that much more impressive because it means they can win with a multitude of teammates on their side. So again, huge congratulations to that duo, because as of right now, I mean, they stand atop of the mountain as 2 of the best we got.
UYU, my gosh. As we're sorting things out, everyone, just letting you know, slight technical difficulties on our end. But you know what? I believe if we can, why don't we throw some of that MVP highlight footage? It is for this weekend, your boy, Mental of UYU.
Yeah, Mental is going to be our Grand Finals MVP, but it wouldn't be right to do any sort of MVP anything without it being Mental. He had an unreal event. He had the highest KD by a very large margin, and his team went flawless, undefeated. You saw what happened in Grand Finals, so it made all the sense in the world because, hey, they earned it and he earned it. An insane performance. And you heard him say he had to do some adapting, right? He had to change his game up from the start of the game till now, and man, oh man, has it paid off. We're seeing that scary Mental again, that when players are in front of him, when he's walking towards them, you just kind of see them freeze up, right? He had a 1.34 overall KD, a KDA of 7.68. Absolutely insane stuff from the Billy Goat himself. What a way to close out the season.
Dude, look at what's he working out? What's he drinking? He's getting buff over there.
It's come a long way, man. My man Bill is jacked now, right? When he first came to events, he's like a little skinny kid. Now look at him. He's all swagged out now. He dresses nice. He's been hitting the gym. Things are looking up for the MVP.
Yeah, Ryan, I remember that kid at this first event, Gears 3 event. I think it was called Hype 3. Yeah, we've seen the glow up from Bill. We've seen his gameplay improve. We've seen him improve as a person, and he really is a stand-up guy. I mean, he interviews so well. He gives the credit where it's due, and he's humble. I mean, the way some of these Gears players talk, you would think they have the track record that he does, but it's not. It's him. He's the champion that you want. Such a great role model for all these other esports players, not just in Gears, but just in esports in general.
Absolutely. And I love that he said that this isn't even their final form. This isn't even halfway. They're still getting it together. And I mean, that makes sense. Gears 5, it's in its infancy, if you will. We are 1 year, 1 season in finally, but they acknowledge that they have tons more to work on. They finally found their brotherhood and they are going to build up. And he said even make his previous dynasty on Optic Gaming kind of a blip, because they're going to do it with UYU and they're going to do it even bigger. So we're really excited. And with that announcement of more Gears 5 season coming to your eyes and everyone's homes, it's going to be fantastic, right? Congratulations, Ryan, with UMG. You guys are going to be bringing that on. Kudos all around. Let's get some hypes in chat.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. I'm excited to share more details with you guys, and to kind of touch on your point about Billy and Mental and this UYU team and how they're not even at their peak yet in his mind. That's a scary thought for the rest of the competition. That tells me that you guys really got to get back into the lab, because that team already has their sights set on improving, right? You heard him say, we want a deeper map pool. We want to start kind of experimenting with different things like smoke grenades and use them in ways that haven't been used before. So that tells me they're ready to get back to work and make this team even better. So that means that the competition needs to work that much harder if you're going to catch up to those guys, because, hey, like you said, man, they're sitting atop the mountain right now.
You remember when he was I don't remember what it was on. Was it a Pro League game where we caught Mental throwing actually a nade? I don't remember what kind it was, but he threw it some squirrely little angle on exhibit, and everyone was just kind of like, oh, what was that? Do we remember that? We're going to see a little bit more out of that. I think they're finding all those little secret little spots through maps to throw the opponents off. How will they keep it secret, though? How long will they be able to do that? I don't know. But next season will be very telling. It'll be very exciting. Ribs, do you have anything to say that you want to round out here before we get to our final standings on where everyone placed for the weekend?
Well, I mean, it's been a beautiful season of Gears 5. Thank you so much to the Coalition. UMG, you guys are going to do big things. Like I said, this is a match made in heaven. And yeah, it's come full circle. I mean, when the game came out, UYU, explosive mental praise, they weren't the players we thought they would be coming from Gears 4 to Gears 5. But by the end of the season, like I said, it's come full circle. They're that dominant dynasty that we knew them to be. And for Mental to say that he's going to outdo his previous record of, I think, 8 events in a row, that's a scary thought. I mean, I'm retired and I'm scared, but for you other pro players that are still playing, you guys that are still setting your sights on being the next Mental or being the next champion, you have your work cut out for you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I mean, we're going to probably close out with that graphic. So why don't we go ahead while we wait? Ryan, give your final goodbyes to our audience and our viewers and for the season.
Yeah, as always, guys, thank you so much for joining us this weekend here at the season finals. As always, it is so fun to share these moments with all of you viewers, with all of you players. Thank you so much, of course, to the players. Honestly, I know these circumstances are a little different than what we're used to, so I really appreciate all of you being punctual, being on time, getting your picks and bans, and making my admins' lives that much easier. So as always, I appreciate you guys because none of this happens without the players here to put on the show, right? We're here to talk about it, right? We're here to put the show on the camera, but it's you guys playing. It's you guys putting the time in. It's the organizations backing the players that make this all possible. So huge thank you to everyone involved. As always, thank you to my staff. Everyone did such a good job this weekend, from production to tournament operations to our whole Gears talent team, right? Thank you guys all so much. And kind of as I said earlier, I can't wait to share you guys some more details on the next chapter of Gears Esports.
All right, and Ribs.
I mean, my final thoughts, as I said, I'm very happy with how this season went. It's been a great pleasure to be on the desk. I hope you guys aren't sick of my predictions or sick of my bad humor sometimes. But yeah, I love Gears to death. I've been here for a very long time, and the future of Gears does look bright. Gears 5 is on an up. The content is there. The game types are coming out. Coalition is doing an amazing job. And like I said, I'm very, very excited to see a match made in heaven between UMG and Gears Esports.
Gridiron?
Gridiron, yeah, I'd love to see that. I would love to see that.
All right, let's take a look at where everyone placed for the season finals. UYU with the hot $100,000. Woof. Pittsburgh Knights, second place with $60,000. Rise took home $30K. Noble $20, and then you guys can read the rest. But congratulations to our top 12 placing teams in the money. It was a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend of Gears 5 competitive action. My goodness. I mean, I don't know what would you do, Ryan, with if you won $100,000? Well, I guess the 20,000 piece.
First and foremost, I would up. That's be how I would start. I would be out there celebrating, and then I would just do some self-financial advisory and make sure I spend that money the right way.
Yeah, you got baby.
Yeah, I got a baby too, so I should probably spend some money on her.
Go treat the wife, all right? That's the correct answer. I'm sorry you had to hear that, Maya.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about you? Ribs?
Oh, 20 grand? I mean, it's going right to the bank.
Okay, that's boring.
It's staying there. But,
the bank.
Oh, and up sounds more fun to me. I'll be honest. You guys know me.
You don't want to buy a thing, like any one thing?
To the bank.
Come on. What?
Buying face masks.
All right. Okay. All right. I honestly don't know what So I'd put it towards a down payment for a house. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Give it up one more time, chat, for UYU. Congratulations to them. And a massive thank you to all of our partners, Astro, BenQ, DX Racer, Xbox Game Pass, and, of course, Gamers Outreach. You guys, I've been Lisa Malambry, a.k.a. Lucy May. We've got Ribs and Ryan. It's been a pleasure. You all, thank you for watching the Gears 5 NA LATAM Season Finals. Stay safe. Wear your masks, please, and be kind to each other. Good night.